As the world mourns Pope Francis, history's most secretive transfer of power begins. White Smoke, the path to a new pope, guides you through this momentous transition. We explain exactly what happens next, leading to the dramatic conclave vote. Learn how each ritual unfolds, what each tradition means, and why these ancient ceremonies still matter today. Follow along as the throne of St. Peter stands empty and a new chapter in church history begins. White Smoke, available wherever you get your podcasts.
Do you know what a group of flamingos is called? That's just one of thousands of facts you'll discover on 5 daily trivia questions. Hi, I'm Mark Ellison. Join me every weekday for 5 mind-expanding questions about everything from ancient history to modern technology. Perfect for impressing friends or dominating your next pub quiz. 5 daily trivia questions. And the answer, a group of flamingos, is called a flamboyance. 5 daily trivia questions.
Caloroga Shark Media.
Hey there, I'm Johnny Mac with 5 good news stories. Police are on the lookout for a man on the subway. Seems he gave his shoe to someone else. They were at the King's Cross station. A train was approaching and a blind man tripped. An onlooker shared on Reddit. A few of us on the train helped the guy find a seat. Once the man sat down, he realized he had a missing shoe. It slipped between the platform and the train. Before the train left the platform, we all tried to tell the train driver, but I'm guessing a miscommunication occurred and the train left the platform. The blind man got a bit panicked as he only had one shoe. This absolute hero, without hesitation, took off his own shoe and gave it to the blind man. It was a cold day, and he got out at Liverpool Street to go and find himself a new pair of shoes. British social media is on the hunt for the man who gave up a shoe. The onlooker said it was such an act of kindness. It really showed that people are good, and mainly we try to look after one another. I've only known London to be a kind place. Just to think of it sends shivers down my spine. Good news, if you work out, working out amplifies neuron growth and may aid in nerve repair, yeah. As you know, exercise is good for muscles and bones and stuff, but there are also benefits for the brain, according to MIT researchers. They found that exercise can significantly boost neuron growth by causing muscles to relax. Myokines, hope I'm pronouncing that right, those are biochemical signals that enhance neural development. The study suggests that targeted muscle stimulation could aid nerve repair and restore mobility in neurodegenerative diseases. So start working out a little bit more. You can listen to the show, get a good 5-minute workout in. 2 half-sisters had never met each other. They took a DNA test and found they had both given their children the other's name. Jessica's mother had been adopted. She was always curious about her family. She ordered a DNA test from Ancestry.com. Meanwhile, Nicole had already done a DNA test and was checking her profile one day and was shocked to find she had a new genetic match. She contacted the woman who Ancestry said was her half-sister. They decided to meet up. It turned out Nicole had named her daughter Jessica. Jessica had named her son Nicholas. Nicole said, I personally feel that the universe brought us together now for a reason, but there was a plan all along. For Jessica, it was a double surprise. Not only did she have a sister, but the person she had called dad all her life was not her biological father. She explained, I was in shock at first. After I read the message from Nicole, I went through so many emotions in about 10 minutes. I felt a second grief for my father, who had already passed away, and then a sense of joy for these newfound family members. Jessica traveled from her home in Florida to stay with Nicole in Michigan and said, we so easily fit together and could just talk for ages with each other. I immediately felt like she was a mini-me. There's still a mystery as to what happened 50 years ago. Jessica's parents died years before the 2 sisters met. Nicole's dad, who's also Jessica's biological father, passed away 20 years ago. Nicole said, I grew up with our father in the home, but Jessica grew up not knowing him at all and with a different father. We both lost all our parents, so there's unfortunately no one left to ask what happened. Congratulations to Sophia. She just became the youngest person to pass the California State Bar exam, 17 years and 8 months old. Now, if this story sounds familiar, yeah. You may recall, about a year ago, the youngest man to pass the California bar exam was 17 years and 11 months of age. That's her brother. State Bar Executive Director Leah Wilson said the State Bar of California proudly congratulates Sophia Park on passing the California bar exam at just 17 years old. This remarkable achievement follows her brother Peter's similar success last year, further highlighting their extraordinary dedication and talent. Shouldn't this be a show on like Disney Plus, like two teenage siblings or lawyers? That could be a show, right? You'd watch. Sophia has to wait until she turns 18 to be sworn in. She plans to join the DA's office as a prosecutor, just like her brother. Oh yeah, this has to be a show, right? The bad guy's in there. You're like, who's this teenage girl prosecutor? And then like she's like really good and you get sent to jail for 25 years. You'd watch. We got to make this show. Proud Dad says it's the result of 4 years of consistent, dedicated work. It didn't happen overnight. There are 2 other siblings. One is older. I don't know anything about the older sibling. And then there's younger Sarah, who, yep, is attending law school. White Smoke. The path to a new pope explores humanity's most elaborate and secretive transfer of power, a process now unfolding following the death of Pope Francis. This series reveals the hidden rituals, ancient traditions, and behind-the-scenes drama of papal transition. As the Catholic world enters this solemn period of mourning and anticipation, join us in witnessing how the Church has perfected this sacred process over 2,000 years, and what happens in these crucial days when the throne of St. Peter stands empty. White Smoke brings listeners inside the conclave that will determine who will succeed Pope Francis and lead the Church into its next chapter. White Smoke, wherever you get your podcasts.
You can get this podcast completely ad-free right now. If you're on Apple, just click the banner that says Uninterrupted Listening, and you'll get your first month free. If you use Spotify or other podcast players, go to caloroga.com/plus. It's just $5 a month, and you'll get access to over 20 premium shows with no interruptions. Binge listen to new series like the political thriller Acting President, Signal Lost, where military secrets land on the wrong phone, and Pager Protocol, the thriller about exploding pagers in the wrong hands. Plus, enjoy daily shows like Palace Intrigue about the royal family, daily comedy news, and 5 daily trivia questions to test your knowledge, and White Smoke, taking you behind the scenes at what's happening right now at the Vatican. You also get all our hot shows like 5 good news stories. Enjoy your favorite content without any ad breaks. Remember, Apple users click the uninterrupted listening banner for your free first month, and everyone else head to caloroga.com/plus. Get ad-free listening today.
All right, good luck explaining to your boss why you were late. You're there in Arizona, and there's an accident up ahead. A truck overturned and spilled thousands of cans of White Claw onto the road. They were empty cans. They were on their way to the recycling bin. Social media showed thousands of empty cans littering the freeway. This is 5 good news stories, so you know the driver's okay. I'm not going to sandbag you with some horrible story at the end of the podcast. But yeah, I was on my way to work, boss, and there was White Claw all over the road. Right. And those are your 5 good news stories for today. If you enjoy the program, tell a friend about it. They might like it too. And if you'd like the program without commercial interruption, there's a link in the show notes that'll explain to you how that works. You have an awesome day.